Welcome to the channel US30 Masters. So I'll just be analyzing what's going to be happen today during Thursday using the time precision trading strategy. Without any waste of time, let us enter. We'll be analyzing it using weekly and daily repetitions. And then just to give you an overall overview of the strategy I'll use the daily repetitions. So let me quickly spot out the different days so you can see. Okay, and then let me do the last day. Okay, so on these days, so we see that every time market has been consolidating, and then it will break out at exactly 4 o'clock, then change direction. This is 4 o'clock. The time is shown below there. Here, 4 o'clock. Yeah, changes direction, then gives us buys. And then the exact same thing happened previously. Again, we saw consolidation, and then market broke out exactly at 4 o'clock again. So the time again is shown below there. 4 o'clock, came out at 4 o'clock, then gave us buys. Then it happened again. Market gave us consolidation there, then it broke out. Guess what? Created the high exactly there at 4 o'clock. Again, the time is shown below there. 4 o'clock created this candlestick was at 4 o'clock and gave us sales. So that's the strategy I use. I use daily, weekly, monthly repetitions. So I spot what's happening at the moment to find entries. So that's how I was able to see that buy entry. You know, many things I see them based on what's happening currently. So just on that, we might use again the 4 o'clock again today, because as you can see, this is a repetition that's happening for this particular week. So we might use it again this Thursday, we might use it again even on a Friday, but it might have a bit of changes. But what we know is either going to create a high for the day or a low for the day. You understand? So that's what has been happening for this week. So, but today, as I say, I'm going to be showing you on the weekly repetitions. So we're going to find entries based on the weekly repetition. So I'm just going to remove all these things because we're not going to need the daily for now. We already analyzed the daily. That's how it was. So I'm done with that. So now I'm going to look at the weekly. I don't want to waste time. I want to be very, very quick. But if you don't understand, make sure that you join my Telegram group. I offer free signals, I offer lessons, all those stuff, so you can have an understanding of what I'm doing. So let's check this. So as you can see, this is Thursday. So this is Thursday. What we're gonna do, we're gonna use weekly repetition. So that one I showed you on a daily. That's what has been happening each and every single day. So now we're gonna check what's been happening each and every week, every Thursdays. We're gonna check all the Thursdays of this month. So we're going to start with the 21st and see if there's any particular repetitions that we can spot. So Thursday is here. So the first repetitions, how you spot repetitions is by identify the resistances that happened here. What were the resistances and what was the highs and the lows? So let's start with the highs. So we see that we had a high there, and we also had another high there. We had a low there, and then strong resistances. We see the resistances that work. We see it was a resistance there, and then we also see another resistance there. So easy. So what the strategy does is that whatever you see here being a resistance or being a high, there's a very high chance it might repeat again. That today, particularly today, we might receive a high at this particular time, which is 4 o'clock, and then we might receive a high again there, which is at 10 o'clock. Like there's a very high chance, and then again at 8 o'clock, very, very high chance it might happen again at 8 o'clock. And a resistance, there we have a resistance at 1 o'clock. So let me also write it down. So the chances are so high that this resistance could be at 1 o'clock. That 1 o'clock can be a place of resistance where we reject, and then we can even reject again at 8 o'clock. The chances are high. Or we can create a 4 at 4 o'clock and reject there at 10 o'clock. Like the chances are very, very high. But in order for us to increase the chances, obviously what happened here should have already happened previously. So let's go check. So we're gonna check, we check the 21st, we're gonna check the 14th, gonna come to the 14th, and then let me just do this. So this is the 14th. So these things are on the way. Okay, I'll use a different color. So let's check the 1 o'clock. So this is 1 o'clock. So as you can see also here, 1 o'clock acted as a resistance. I'll use a different color, use yellow. So you see 1 o'clock again there acted as a resistance. So this we could call it again the 1 o'clock resistance. So it happened the previous Thursday as you saw, and it happened again here where if 1 o'clock is retested, we see a change in direction giving us bias. So you see it was retested there and then it gave us bias. Easy as that. So, but what did we see again? We saw 4 o'clock acting as a high, a peak. So we see it again there, 4 o'clock. As you can see, this is the 4 o'clock candlestick acted as a high, as a peak. As a high, as a peak. And then we saw what? 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So, and then we see again here 8 o'clock acting as a low. So it means this time 8 o'clock might act as a high. There's a very high chance 4 o'clock might be the one that's below this time, giving us bias until 8 o'clock, 18 o'clock changing direction, until 10 o'clock, at 10 o'clock changing direction to continue for bias. There's a very high chance. That's how market is going to move today, just based on time. But yeah, as you can see, it happened already. Each and every Thursday is that 1 o'clock acts as a resistance to give us bias, and then 4 o'clock changes direction to give us sells, and 8 o'clock, just like that, I'm done. Just like that, I'm done analyzing for today. I know exactly the times I'm going to enter. I know where's my resistance is, just like that. So now I'm gonna go to the current graph. So coming to the current graph, as I said, I know, let me remove this thing a little bit there. So I know that today, what's my resistance? It's my resistance. It's my resistance. It's 1, guys. 1 o'clock is my resistance. So we came to, remember the 21st. We came to the 21st, and then we draw 1 o'clock. As you can see, that's the time, 1 o'clock. And then market came there to 1 o'clock, rejected it, gave us bias. Can you see? The 14th, as you can see, 1 o'clock was there. You see, 1 o'clock, market came, retested it, gave us bias. Came to retest it again, gave us even more bias. Understand? So we see that it's a resistance for Thursday. So what's my resistance for today? 1 o'clock. Right? It's easy as that. So you just look for 1 o'clock. That's my 1 o'clock. You see? That's 1. So come there, 1. Put it there. Put it there. So what are we waiting for? Waiting for the market just to touch here. Then we're gonna go for buys. As easy as that. Easy. And what more? We saw that 3 o'clock is what? 4 o'clock creates a high. 4 o'clock creates a high. So what we can conclude about this is that 4 o'clock will break 3 o'clock. So check here. 4 o'clock here. Immediately once the 3 o'clock closes, this is what I want you to do. I want you to draw a straight line just above it. And then wait for 4 o'clock just to come there. Come there just a little bit above that, and then enter cells immediately. Understand? So if it's like that, it's green. If it created the high without resistance there, and then wait for it to break a bit, go for cells. So, and then on the 14th, if you can check, it's the exact same thing. Okay, here it didn't have a wick, but as you can see, it's been buying. So you just draw a line above it there. Just draw a line. And when 4 o'clock opens, wait for it just to go a bit higher there. Is what I'm telling. Go for cells. Go for cells. Enter. So that's the second resistance. First resistance 1 o'clock. Third one is 3 o'clock. And then the third one is the 8 o'clock. You saw the 8 o'clock what it does. So the 8 o'clock, it's either going to come and reject the 1 o'clock. So it's either going to be 8 that rejects there, or the 8 o'clock is going to come and reject the 4 o'clock. Oh yeah, again, also here, the 1 o'clock, it was it. So, but if it, I see that if it's a second retest, it's not going to be a perfect one. It's going to even push more lower. It's better to wait for it to close than go for buys. Seems like it. Waiting for the 8 o'clock to close. Let me see. Yeah. If we wait for 8 o'clock to close and then we go for buys, it's safer. It seems safe. Okay, let me check the 7th. Where's my 8 o'clock? Okay, yes, it's safe. I will say we're gonna wait for 8 o'clock to close, then we're gonna go for sales. But what's the pips here? Or 20? Yeah, it's good. It's good. So we have 3 entries today. And then they're all going to win. I hope so. This is not 100% strategy, but it's good. So what are our entries? Let's start all over again. Our first entry is gonna be where? It's gonna be at the 1 o'clock resistance, which is here. It's gonna be here, 1 o'clock. That's entry number 1. That's entry number 1. And then what's entry number 2? Entry number 2 is going to be at the 15 o'clock. 15 o'clock is gonna act as my resistance. I can write it down so I won't forget. 15 o'clock, and it as a resistance. Resistance feels like I'm in physical science class. Yeah, about resistances and transistors and yeah. So that's my resistance. That's my entry 2. And what's my entry 3? My entry 3 again is going to be my 8 o'clock. So my 8 o'clock, immediately after the 8 o'clock close, we're gonna enter exactly at 9. So my next entry is at 9 o'clock. So it's at 9 o'clock. Oh, did I explain how you're gonna enter at 9? I don't think I explained it. So this is how you're going to enter. So if you check the market, if it's selling, you're gonna look at the direction. So if the market comes as a strong sell, and then at 8 you're gonna go at 9. I mean, you're gonna go for buys. If market is coming as a strong sell, at 9 you're gonna go for buys. If we check also the 14th, market was coming as a strong sell. From there, coming as a strong sell, and then at 9 you're gonna go for buys. You're gonna go for buys at 9. As you see, that was the buy. The buy went. Buy was just good. So, but how big is the pips? So also including the pips. Oof, there's a lot of things I did include, but we'll check it. So we're gonna enter at the 8 o'clock close. If it, yeah, at 19 o'clock, it's strong buy, enter sells, and strong sells, enter buys. As easy as that. That's that. As easy as that. So that's what we're gonna be dealing with. 15 o'clock entry, 21 o'clock entry. So what are the goals? Obviously, we want to know what are we going for. I mostly go for a 1:3. 1:3. So risking 20 pips and then going for oh, I don't go for 1:3. I'm like, yeah, it is going for 60 pips. So that's what I do. But we can also check how the market moves when it rejects that particular place, the 1 o'clock. Let's start with the 1 o'clock. So when it rejects the 1 o'clock during the New York session, so as you can see, this is during the New York session, rejected the 1 o'clock, went for crazy 280 pips, went for that particular high there, went back to that high. So if we check the 14th, when we rejected the 1 o'clock, okay, here then it didn't go to that particular high, as you can see, but it rejected it all and gave us 180 pips. So what I could say for this one, let's aim for 100 pips for the first entry here. So for 1 o'clock resistance, I didn't include it. So for the 1 o'clock resistance, which is for 1 o'clock resistance, resistance. We're gonna aim for 100 pips. Gonna aim for a nice 100 pips. And for the 15 o'clock resistance, we're gonna check again based on the Thursdays. What are we gonna aim for? So we see market there coming to reject nice and below. It's also like 200 pips if I'm not lying. Yeah, it's 200 pips there. So let's check the 14th. I could say 200. Let's go for 150. Let's go for 150 because it's both 200 pips. It goes 200 pips. So we'll go for 150 pips. Go for 150 pips. Go for 150 pips. And the 9 outlook one. Also, let's check the 9 outlook one. 9 outlook entry. So immediately after the close, we're gonna go for the buys. It's also like 200 pips, so like 150 also. We can go for nice 150. Yeah. It pushes online. It pushes. So here, 250 pips. Let's go for also a nice 150 pips. Go also here for a nice 150 pips. Also for a nice 150 pips there. As you can see, we have a nice 150. So there's our entries: entry 1, entry 2, entry 3. So we're aiming for 150 plus with 300. We're aiming for 400 pips. So depending on the lot size you have today, we might be getting 400 USD. USD is just close to 8,000 rand. Just as simple, yet depending on the lot size you're using. So yeah, I'll end it there. So, and if you don't want to miss these signals, and again, I said I risk 20 pips on each of this trade. So I don't know if you want me to also specify the risking or risk 20 pips, nothing more. 20 pips. If we risk more, depending on how the movement, will go for 25 pips, but we risk 20 pips. As you can see, the risk to reward ratio here is way good. It's a 1:5 for almost all of them. It's a 1:5. So even if we lose one trade, we still have this one to bring back the losses completely. Even if we lose 2 trades, we still have 1 trade to bring. But if we lose all 3 trades, tomorrow is another day. There is another day, and we're gonna get more good entries to bring back all those losses. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you join the channel, the group, so you can learn, so you can master USDT. But yes, thank you guys.